Hey everybody, Jacob Cole here. Today I want to talk about some great hand pan alternatives, these tongue pans. And I have 4 of them here. I have a YW PULSAR, an older model, a RAV VAST, older model, and then I have a RAV newer model where they have the tone fields slightly tilted, and I have a new YW PULSAR with the tongues shaped differently. So let's do a comparison between YW PULSAR and a RAV of the older styles. So I did a test just before, and I'll put those notes below of how long the sustain is. I timed it with a stopwatch. But for now, let's just let you hear the difference. So here's the RAV G Pygmy. Very long. And it's still going, but I think that's because of the resonator. Watch. You can still hear it after I even mute it. So the RAV drum has these metal spider connectors that help activate all the sympathetic resonance within the instrument. So I think that the RAV definitely has a longer sustain than the PULSAR. Because there's no interconnected things inside it. And the bottom is a rubber stopper that you can take out, but I wouldn't recommend because it took me, I don't know, I never thought I was going to get it back in actually. And the bottom of the RAV has a wooden thing that is not removable unless it, like my new one arrived, must have got lodged loose during shipping, and I had to glue it back myself. I know that's happened to a bunch of people. So let's do a little playing. On this one as well as the RAV. The RAV is easier to know where they are. The PULSAR is a bit of a mystery, but you know, when you figure it out, there's quite a few. I haven't really figured it out, but I'm kind of have an idea. A lot of crazy stuff going on. So they're both pretty amazing instruments. This is a G sharp Hokkaido scale. Custom that I built on unionworkshop.com, Maxime's website, where you can build your own scale. And that's what I like about these, is they're total custom, and you can get up to 13 notes, and even that, it's still cheaper than a RAV. So I really like these right now, but it's not to take away from the RAVs, because RAVs have their own glorious, blooming aura when you strike them, which is really cool. So you do have to strike these a little bit harder than the RAVs. Here's playing really soft. I'll play the same. So you notice, to get that same volume, I'd have to strike a little harder. These you do have to strike these a little harder, but that's the nature of the beast. So let's check out the older or the newer gen instruments now. So we have a newer generation RAV and a newer generation Pulsar. It's A integral. This is actually way longer sustain than the other RAV. I think this one came out to like 25 seconds, and the other older gen was like 18. I'll have to check. I'll post it below. And B flat here. So a cool thing about these that I didn't touch upon on the other one is you have all these little lines cut in, so you can use your fingernail to make cool scraping movements. Kind of chords with it almost. Let's see if you can do that on a RAV. Yes, you can. How about that? I never even tried that. Now there's more stuff to catch on to in this. But that's cool. So both instruments you can do that, which I like doing sometimes. You gotta kind of grow at least one nail out. So let's do a little playing. Sometimes you just gotta mute the RAV because it'll just go forever. And that's a custom scale I made on his website, udenworkshop.com. I used to sit there and play around with different scales for quite a while until I came up with this nice scale for my hospital gigs that I do. I needed a positive and uplifting scale, and kind of found it through that. me. I keep looking at that camera, but you can't see my face. RAV is... My conclusion is RAV is louder. Louder, longer sustain. More expensive. Easier harmonics. And the YW PULSAR is a little softer. You have to hit it harder. Harmonics are more mysterious, but they're definitely there. And makes you work a little harder. And it's easier to do the scrapes. They're cheaper. Maxime prices them actually per note. So the lower the note, I know, the more expensive. Like, I think like the lowest note is probably like $65. I'm not sure, something around there. And then so for every note, that's how expensive your instrument is. And but if you share it on social media, you get a 5% discount, which is cool. And they're total customizable on his website. You can pick a right or a left layout and how many notes in whatever scale you want. So it's pretty awesome. So in conclusion, they're both amazing. Both great handpan alternatives. And it's really hard to say which one I would, if I had to pick one, since they're both pretty awesome. I'm gonna call it a tie. They each have their own unique amazingness that if I only had these, I think I would still be happy, even without any handpans, because they let you be creative in the same kind of fashion that a handpan does. And they're very similar instruments, but the good thing about these tongue pan type of instruments, or steel tongue drum, they take a beating, so you can drum on them. So I would let kids play these and not worry about them detuning them. Same with the Pulsar. You'd have to be pretty strong to detune a tongue pan, unlike a hand pan, which you can detune pretty easily if you're not careful. So I hope this comparison was okay. It's my first time doing this. I'm definitely a better player than a talker. I'm sorry. Namaste. Happy playing.